Hello, Sarah Reilly, clinical nutritionist and burnout recovery specialist. I am coming to you today to on kind of a quick update. There is a current situation happening because of the global demand for supplements. Some critical supplements for immunity are running low. So I want to make sure that you guys have what you need if you don't already have it on hand. I am not here to be a supplement seller by any means. I want you to have what you need, and I want you to have what is needed. So some critical things, I'm going to go over what they are, and if I have time, why you need them. But first and foremost, I'm just going to tell you the key players that I want to make sure that you have on hand. I do have a client at 5 o'clock straight up Pacific Standard Time, so I do have a time limit here. I will not be able to answer questions here, but I'll be coming back on. I am doing Facebook Lives every day at 3:30 p.m. So key ones to have on hand are vitamin C, vitamin D, magnesium, and zinc. Now there, we're just going to talk about the immune system. Vitamin C, vitamin D, magnesium, and zinc. Super important. They must be used in conjunction with each other because they work in a symphony together. So you have vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, and magnesium. All right. Magnesium is essential, right? Before you take vitamin C, you got to make sure that you're taking magnesium as well. Okay, the form that I like of magnesium, I like magnesium malate, especially right now while people are quite stressed and quite tired from being so stressed. So magnesium malate is something I see that's very valuable. I also love magnesium threonate, especially before you go to bed, because that has a special affinity for the brain. So if we got those two forms of magnesium on hand, then a nice vitamin C supplementation, and then vitamin D. Vitamin C is essential for your immune system. It is essential for your white blood cells to be smart, to be fueled with strength, to do what they need to do, which is to encapsulate the virus and disintegrate it. Okay, so vitamin D modulates and supports the immune system in a powerful way. And the thing about converting to the actual usable form of vitamin D in your body is that it consumes vitamin C and it consumes massively magnesium. So see, there's a synergy, this dance going on between these immune supportive vitamins. Okay, we're just talking vitamins here. There's a lot of other players with this whole flu game here, but not game, but this flu supportive mission we're on, immune supportive mission we are on. All right, so vitamin C, vitamin D, magnesium, and zinc. Those are huge. Now, another factor is for antiviral, is a favorite of mine that's been the MVP player this season in my practice, and I've been interviewing all my clients on it too, is Monolaurin. Monolaurin Avail. I like Monolaurin Avail, I'm going to say so, by Designs for Health, because it's phospholipid bound. It's a phospholipid bound monolaurin, so it gets into the cell membrane. Now, why do we want monolaurin getting into a cell membrane? Because this is how it works. I'm going to show you really quick because I am so visual. So here you've got your cell. Okay, this is a dinner plate. All right, so this is a dinner plate, and this is your cell membrane, bilipid membrane right here, and this is the virus, and it's got its little bilipid membrane right there. Right. I don't usually use plastic. I'm in a hotel right now, offshore, so I'm dealing with what I have right now. So what happens with monolaurin is that it basically dissolves the outer membrane, see it right here, the outer membrane of the virus, okay? It's dissolving the outer membrane of the virus. What a virus normally does is it comes and it basically has a little bridge from itself to your cell, and it hooks on, and then it inserts all of its nasty information into your cell, and then it basically hypnotizes and hijacks your cell to do all of its dirty work, right? And so what if we can intercept the little virus connection and dissolve its cell membrane right here so it cannot latch on to here, which is your cell, and then make a bunch of more viruses. So the goal here is to dissolve this little cell membrane on the virus. So that has been my attempt this flu season with my clients who did get flus, and we intercepted them quite dramatically so, with particular levels of glutathione, of Monolaurin, getting ahead of myself. So that's another key player, Monolaurin Avail. Now, right now as we speak, it is out of stock at the manufacturer. It is going to be back in, as far as we know right now, April 1st. You might be able to still get some on Amazon, but I would still say order it from the manufacturer if you can. I'll give you a link to do that below, and then you will be on the back order list to make sure that you are in line to get the Monolaurin Avail. But if you can get it right now from somewhere else, by all means, go for it. I just want you guys to have what you need. Next, a big player that I see very essential for folks to have on hand is N-acetylcysteine. N-acetylcysteine is fabulous for lung inflammation and for dissolving bronchial mucosa, right? And it also is powerful for decreasing toxins and toxic byproducts. So, and it's also great for immune support. There's some great studies around N-acetylcysteine. Vitamin D, we'll get back to that. We're also talking about that modulating the immune system. It is huge. Also decreases inflammation, has an immune modulating, inflammatory modulating mechanism to it. And next for inflammation as well is Curcumin Avail. I do like Curcumin Avail. Why am I saying Curcumin Avail? It's because it is lipid bound and it also gets inside the membrane quite efficiently, right? Which is where we want it. We want this stuff inside the cell. And so it helps to downregulate inflammation. It also helps bronchial inflammation as well. And it also helps decrease what is called NF-kappa B. It's a big player in the inflammatory pathway. All right. So another one that I absolutely love as well for the inflammatory process that does get kicked up, say someone gets sick and you start to feel that icky, awful feeling, which is a good, it's your body's doing what it's supposed to do. Your body is building up that inflammation, this inflammatory pathway, because you're sick and it gives you a fever. These things are the way we are designed to work to kill the microbe. But oftentimes what happens is that it's an induced inflammation in response to the microbe, and it becomes a tumbleweed on fire, and the initiation phase happens of inflammation, but the resolution phase never stops, and it just keeps going like this. It just keeps going, in many cases behind the scenes, and it doesn't get the brakes put on. And so something I use a lot in clinical practice is something called SPM Supreme. And I use this with my autoimmune clients. I use it with my Lyme clients, other chronic infection clients, or folks that have chronic inflammatory conditions. SPM stands for Selective Pro-Resolving Mediators. And these are just amazing at sweeping up that resolution phase of inflammation. So you've got initiation, but the resolution gets really decreased, our ability to resolve inflammation, especially as we age. And so it's a great thing to put in to help the body resolve that chronic inflammation, right? Another thing I like to implement as well is a nice synergy of nice, powerful elements that help to decrease that NF-kappa B. And I do love inflammatone. Something called inflammatone. I'll put links for all of these down below. And inflammatone has a nice synergy of curcumin that decreases that NF-kappa B inflammatory signal. It also has boswellia, which is it comes from frankincense, a powerful ability to turn off NF-kappa B as well, that inflammatory signal. Think of NF-kappa B, it's called nuclear factor kappa B. Now, nuclear is because it's in the nucleus, and it's basically your nucleus saying, Houston, we have a problem, and it's sending this message out. to distant cells. And so they all hear it. And then it's like this evolution of this mass inflammation in the system to go after what is perceived as the enemy. Okay, so inflammatone I love. It's got a synergy of turmeric, curcumin in it, and also boswellia and ginger and proteolytic enzymes, and also some different flavonoids that work really beautifully in a synergistic way to gobble up inflammation. All right, so those are some basic immune issues that I see, immune supportive supplements that I'm going to mention right now. I will return with other ones, but these are just the baseline ones for right now. I would also like to add to other things, a few other things that are for the element of food. Okay, and I've got a couple examples right here. Here's the reality. We don't know what's going to happen with our food supply. We don't know. People are buying food up. They're oftentimes buying up this, the bread aisle, the pasta aisle, a lot of things like that, where people are really, really depending on, because people are afraid of starving. They're afraid of running out of food, and that's a real, real worry. I get that. But I also want you to be nourished, because what your immune system is hungry for, it's starving for, is phytonutrients, polyphenols, so that you can optimize your immune system, so you can also decrease that inflammation in your body. And the best thing that your body knows how to translate are fruits and low glycemic fruits. Very important there. Low sugar and not too many. And vegetables, high polyphenol vegetables. And so what I'm a strong believer in, and believe you me, now that I am offshore with very limited organic food sources right now, is I'm a big believer in Paleo Reds. I never travel from home without this. Paleo Reds, this is a synergy, amazing. This is a polyphenol party. This stuff is amazing. It's like, instead of having a high dose, high glycemic piece of fruit or even a bunch of berries, you can cut your berries way down and have some Paleo Reds. Or if you've run out of berries, you can have a scoop of this in some protein powder, a clean, lean protein powder, and it makes for a great meal. I'm having to do this right now, where I have sometimes only water and maybe a protein powder, like pure pea protein powder. I'll list it below. And I've got this, right? And blend it up. Thank God I've got access to avocados. I'm in Mexico right now. And this is it. Okay. As for vegetables, I do this every morning as well. Paleo Greens. This is for vegetables. This is for basically fruit phytonutrients. Actually the dark orange phytonutrients. There are a couple of vegetables in there, like carrots and some other things. But Paleo Greens is a nice option when you can't get vegetables and you need those phytonutrients from vegetables. Love this stuff. In addition to that, I would also recommend having a protein powder on hand, in all honesty. Protein powders that I recommend, I do like Pure Paleo Meal by Designs for Health. I also like Pure Pea Organic by Designs for Health. And there's also another Savvy protein powder I really do like for immune support if you do not have any mold issues, mold sensitivity, or heavy mold burden. And that is MycoPure. Why do I like MycoPure? It's actually a pea protein that is fermented, and it's fermented on the shiitake mushroom. The studies on this stuff is really quite profound for increasing NK killer cell, natural killer cell activity. So I will put a post of all these things below this video later on. I'm 1 minute past my client, guys. I gotta go. I just have to be in service today, and I've got a client now that's 5 o'clock straight up, so I must be on my way. Again, I'm Sarah Reilly, clinical nutritionist and burnout recovery specialist, coming to you every day at 3:30 p.m. to offer you resources and support for optimized immunity and getting through this time of self-quarantine. May you all be well. Much love. Bye-bye.